Shalom, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all honor and all glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rachakwadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to the elect, starting with the 144,000 governing body of the nation of Yashar Allah, and the men, the women, the children, the true believers, in the name of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. May he have mercy on you in these last days. It's your brother, I'm now Allah, from the Great Millstone Cleveland Church, coming back at you with another lesson. And this is actually going to be a correction video. Was brought to my attention, which really, I'm sort of embarrassed, but is these things are going to happen, and may the Lord have mercy on me. But, I did a lesson a few days ago, a day ago, called The Faces of Pure Evil, and I misspoke on the definition, the Hebrew definition for Edom versus Edomites, and I want to correct that. And Baba Kashar, Salachya, or I should say, Baba Kashar, Salachya, please forgive me, and I'm gonna just keep, trying to be more diligent about when I'm speaking, and slow down, because I care more about edification and people, whoever you may be, a hopeful elect, that you get edified versus views or any of that other shit. I really don't care about that. I want to be saved, and I know just from the scriptures, the Lord, when someone repents from something you said to them or may have brought to their attention, you cover a multitude of your own sins, but that's, even that, is still about edification. And here at Great Millstone, we're required to be scholars. We're required to speak the 100% truth. We're required to fact check our own selves. And if we don't do it, another brother will. Best believe. And so I want to take a moment to correct something I said wrong, and give the true understanding with a few precepts, and that'll be the end of the lesson. So I'm just going to play this real quick. This is myself in the video where I went off. And Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents. And Isaac loved Esau because he did eat of venison, but Rebekah loved Jacob. And Jacob sawed pottage, and Esau came from the field, and he was faint. So this nigga was out hunting. Who knows? He can come back with what he wanted to eat, but he was hungry. This is the point. And I'm reading Genesis chapter 25, and I'm about to read verse 30, and this is the error. It says, and Esau said to Jacob, feed me, I pray thee, with that same red pottage, for I am faint. Therefore was his name called Edom. And the Hebrew word for Edom is Ahdawam. Okay? So that was wrong. So forgive me, whoever listened to this video. Good news is it didn't get a lot of views. The water Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. But also it was an honest mistake, because I just went over this in class. And so Salachya and the water Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai for my teachers who caught this error and let me know and gave me an opportunity to correct it. And if anybody is teaching this word and you get corrected on something, that is a blessing. I just want to say that, so you're not walking around here putting up incorrect doctrine. Now, let me reread that verse. This is Genesis chapter 25 and verse 30. I'll start from 29. And Jacob, Genesis 25 and 29. And Jacob sawed pottage, and Esau came from the field, and he was faint. And this is again going into how he got disenchanted, or had disregard for his birthright, that he gave up his birthright for uncooked meat. Okay, this is an example how you can in the spirit see if you're dealing with an Edomite. It says, and Esau said to Jacob, feed me, I pray thee, that Salachya, feed me, I pray thee, with that same red pottage, for I am faint. Therefore his name was called Edom. And I said, Edom in Hebrew is Ahdawamya, and it's actually Ahdawam. Okay? So Ahdawamya means Edomites, which is plural. And Ahdawam means Edom, singular, because we were only dealing with Edom, not the nation. Okay? So I wanted to correct that and let it be known, to the congregation that there is a difference with the Hebrew, and the Yah, the Ahdawam Yah, makes it plural. Just like when you say Akim, or I believe, Akim, which is plural, and then you just say I believe, Akim is plural, and this situation is Ahdawam Yah. And again, Ahdawam Yah means Edomite or Edomites, plural, and Ahdawam means Edom, singular. Okay? So Lord willing, that makes sense. But before I go, I got a few precepts. And the first one is is 1 Peter 4:11. It says, if any man speak, let him speak as the oracles of the Most High. And if any man minister, let him do as of the ability which the Most High giveth, that the Most High in all things may be glorified through Yahushua HaMashiach, to whom be praise and dominion forever and ever. Amen. And when you go into that word oracle, which I'm going to do in the Greek, oracles, Salachya.
Strong's G 3051. Logion. Logion.
It says Logion, and it means brief utterance, a divine oracle. Doubtless because the oracles were generally brief, the words or utterance of the Most High. That's the point. So the Hebrew is the most oracle of the oracle, right? So you cannot be fucking that up. Salak, you can't be messing it up. Okay? And when you do, the Lord got you, because somebody gonna come and correct you. When the Lord ain't dealing with you, no correction comes. And now you sound like a fool, or you make what can seem to some people as a minor error, to others is major. And for me, anytime, any words I speak of the Most High, if there's anything wrong, I want the correction. I want to do it right. Okay? So this is why we're doing this video. It says 2 Timothy 3:16. All scripture is given by inspiration of the Most High, and is profitable for doctrine. And the doctrine that I was going over is showing you how this devil, the so-called white man, first of all, is the faces of evil, as the other precepts came out, but also how he got his name and how you can attach it to him when you're out in the world. Okay? Because it's an evil thing to eat uncooked meat, right? Because the life for the life is in the blood, you see. And this is again why the Lord gave us laws, statutes, and commandments. And once we understood that, we knew better. We're not supposed to do that shit. Although some of you niggas still do that. I know one gentleman in particular who is an Israelite and will tell you to eat your steak medium rare with blood and shit in it, because he wants to be like them, and that's why he's gonna be put to death. But that's the point. It says, I read this again, 2 Timothy 3:16. All scripture is given by inspiration of the Most High, and is profitable for doctrine, for reproof, for correction, and for instruction in righteousness. You see? So if the doctrine is incorrect, even on down to something small and minute as that, which it isn't, because who wants to be, bring confusion? I don't want to bring confusion. If the word Edom translate in Hebrew to Ahdawam, and I said Ahdawamya, but I was talking about one person, that's confusion. So it should have been Ahdawam, not Ahdawamya. Ahdawamya is when you describe all the Edomites. Okay? It says, that man of the Most High may be perfect, thoroughly furnished unto all good works. Because when you go back and you fact check, and you take the reproof or the correction, hey, you're kind of, you're showing the Most High and the men that are over you that you're sincere. I hope that's what comes out of this, because I have no reason to let something like this linger. As soon as I found out today, I acknowledged in the chat group that I was going to get right to a correction video. Okay, and I'm glad the Lord gave me the spirit to do it. This is this is Proverbs chapter 15:10. Correction is grievous unto him that forsaketh the way. And what way is that? The way of Yahweh Shem Shai. His way is to reprove and correct. All right? To make sure things are being said according to his will. And there's no confusion. And if there is, go find the correct understanding and bring it out. It says, and he that hateth reproof shall die. And that's what's going to happen. A lot of people don't like to be corrected. A lot of people don't like to be called out when they misspeak on something. I got a few things that I've learned just from watching some lessons this week that I got to correct myself on and do better. I'm not finna get into all that because this is about me placing the Hebrew word again, Ahdawamya, for Edom, and it should be Ahdawam. I'm going to say it again. The word Edom means Ahdawam in Hebrew, and the word Edomites, plural, means Ahdawamya. Okay? I got one more precept. This is Judges 5:11. They that are delivered from the noise of archers in the place of drawing water, there shall they rehearse the righteous acts of the Most High, even the righteous acts towards the inhabitants of his villages in Israel. And the righteous act is to acknowledge or correct your brother when he went off. It's something that simple as, misplacing a word. Because remember, when you're teaching, this is really for the men who are coming up in this truth and learning to teach, want to teach. We're learning, so we need to focus more on listening and taking correction so that we can be better teachers in the future to come, for however long we're here. With that being said, that's a righteous thing for the brother to do that, right? Because we're in America practicing the righteous acts. Surrounded by what? It says, Judges 5:11, they that are delivered from the noise of the archers in the places of drawing water. The archers is the nukes. The place of drawing waters is America. There they shall rehearse the righteous acts of the Most High, Yahweh, even the righteous acts toward the inhabitants of his villages in Israel. Then shall the people of the Most High go down to the gates. Okay? So Lord willing, this was edifying. It wasn't meant to be long. I'll say it again. This is a correction video because I misspoke In my last video, which is this video you see on the screen, the faces of, it should say the faces of pure evil, okay? And I said Edom in the Hebrew was Ahdawam. That's incorrect. It's Ahdawam. And Edomites is Ahdawam. All right? So Lord willing, this is edifying. I want to give all praises and all honor and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakakodash, and double honors to the elders, apostles, great millstone. Shalom.